What is up? How is everyone? I'm good. I just got in from work. Today was my Friday, so I was very exhilarated. If you guys have not heard, I have been basically in the weeds since Saturday night. We've been insane at the restaurant, but tonight was just a nice, chill, quiet, easy money night. Those like business dinners, the ones you hope for. Oh my God, it's so nice. It's chill. So now I've got a couple of days off ahead of me and the weather's nice and I can't wait. I'm gonna go gallivanting through the forest and spring clean my house and just get everything kind of all caught up. Probably enjoy a nice bath. So super excited. But we're here for our Oracle manifestation reading for the week. We are gonna take a look to see what would behoove us for the next 7 days as far as our manifestation goes. Tuning in, Father, Mother, Son, Holy Spirit. What do we need to do? Oh my goodness, stay optimistic. First of all, remember we've been talking about that lately, is that everything begins at the seed level. And the seed level flavors everything about what you are putting your hand to. So what I mean by the seed level is the quality of the seed you plant will affect the plant that grows. The seed that we're talking about is the state of your consciousness that you're in when you put energy in motion. So if you're getting a bunch of ideas in your head while you are anxious and scared about something, and then you're feeling reactive and you want to do something to alleviate the situation, don't. Wait, go pray about it, change your energy, change your mindset, because even if you try to focus on what you're doing, say you're anxious, right? And say you're writing a letter and you've read through it, you know it sounds good, you've let other people read it, they think it sounds good, but if you send that letter in your state of anxiety, if you write the letter in your state of anxiety, even if you're not anxious about what you're writing about and there's nothing anxious in that letter, it's gonna have that seed level of consciousness, that energy within it. And so that's why, like, it's not good to speak negatively around your food that you're about to eat or argue over your meal. It's not good to, like, it's prudent to be conscious of the state of mind that you're in when you're cooking dinner, you know, because you translate your energy into whatever you're doing, your consciousness. That's part of what makes us these divine creators, or co-creators with divine, is our power that is the affinity with the light, in that we are basically a microcosm of the macrocosm that is the physical representation of God. Sorry, it gets dense to try to explain all of this at once. So whatever state of consciousness you're in, that is going to be what flavors whatever you're doing. So be in a good mood before you send the letter. Get yourself in a positive state of consciousness before you sit down to work on a writing project or what have you, right? If you're gonna text a friend or even like someone that you're, talking to or whatever, be sure that you're not in some kind of like needy or like nervous or anxious or skittish state when you're doing that, right? You want to be in a optimistic mindset when you put your hand to action, when you visualize your plans and goals and ideas, right? You don't want to be brainstorming from a place of fear, lack, and doubt. You want to be in a state of certainty, because what gives us the most powerful energy and the most powerful influence with our energy is our ability to hold like our frequency consistently. So what we want to do is we want to pretend like our mood and our emotions and our thoughts and our mental realm, all of that makes up our vibration, right? And so you want to think of your vibration almost like a thermostat. You want to be able to set it and keep it there. And the more that you can maintain your inner state of faith, optimism, certainty, it doesn't mean that you can't be practical, but if you can keep that high vibrational, loose, faithful, malleable, adaptable state of mind, then it allows you to fall into that harmonious cosmic flow that opens you up to like manifestation and blessing and all of that, and being able to be guided by spirit and not micromanaging the universe, right? Because you trust that everything's playing out for your highest good, right? And you have confidence and belief in that. So stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. This is basically the phase 3 of creation card in this deck. So on this channel, we talk about these Kabbalistic concepts, which is the 4 phases of creation. This is sort of like the way that Kabbalists explain the 4 phases of manifestation, essentially. And so the first phase is like you get this spark of light, you know, inspiration. You kind of have like this inkling of an idea. And it's not like you went out trying to get this. It just came to you. So you kind of have a passive desire. You're like, oh, that'd be neat, you know, okay. Whatever. And then maybe that thing takes hold and it starts, I don't know, coming into form, and you start getting more excited about it, and you're like, no, you know, I think I am going to try that idea. And then you get really passionate, and then you're like in phase 2 of creation, where you decide that you want to take action and you're going to put your energy and your focus and your intention in this. There's more details about these phases, but for the sake of brevity, I'm just giving you broad, basic strokes and key points. So phase 2 is like you are doing the work, you are burning the midnight oil. This is like your, in your rom-com, your big montage where you're like taking care of your life and getting shit done, right? You're putting in the effort and you're really passionate about it. Phase 3 is like, as phase 2 is kind of bleeding into phase 3, it's like all of a sudden the honeymoon of the excitement and the motivation and the inspiration is wearing off. And now you're just like in the middle of the slog, right? You're continuing to try to make this happen. There's no end in sight. You don't know when the finish line is, and you're not as enthusiastic as you were. But going into phase 3, you're like, you know what? I'm determined. I'm not giving up now. I'm going to double down, and I'm going to go against all odds, and I'm going to take that risk, and I'm going to put it all out on the line. And you like make your big move, or you like give that big thing up, or you make the big sacrifice. And that was supposed to be the thing that like was the magic words or the magic spell, and everything's supposed to work out now. And now it's just like nothing seems to have worked out, and it's just like, what? Like everything just sort of plateaued or fell flat, and you're like, what has happened? And you might even be getting extra challenges, like that are like, your challenges may have even increased, right? Because challenges are going to come at you. That's part of our soul development, right? And we're being shaped to have more endurance, more persistence, determination, right? To have more grit and mettle. So phase 3 is the test from the universe to see if, like, in the face of possible defeat, when you're tired, when it looks like nothing's going to work out and everything is going against you, it's like, are you going to give up? Are you going to settle for something that wasn't quite what you wanted? Are you going to give up on yourself? Are you going to give up on the dream? Are you giving up on the creator, right? Because you're not certain. inside. And so the thing about phase 3 is you just have to keep pushing, even if there's no payoff, even if there's never any payoff. Because at this point, the thing that you're doing, you have such pure love for what you're doing that you would do it regardless of whether you ever saw any fruitfulness, gain, or real, worldly success from it. You do it because you feel a strong calling, because you have a sense of purpose behind it. So phase 3 is like that, oh my gosh, and to be magnetic, they call it the magic dark. And it's just this period of testing where the universe is just seeing, like, are you going to give up? How bad do you want it? How far are you willing to go, right? Within ethics, right? But it's just testing your determination, and it's seeing if you have built the vessel to contain the light that you want to bring in and maintain it, right? Say you're wanting to, say you work in one of those traditional 9-to-5 jobs. Let's say you work at one of those companies that's even called a firm. And let's say you are very ambitious and you're pretty smart, but you're young and you're green and you're wet behind the ears, right? But you're like talented, right? You're gifted. And say you're reaching for a promotion that you don't have the years to back up yet, right? Now, this is what we're talking about, building the vessel. Say you get the promotion, but you're still very young and dumb and full of cum and just overconfident, right? So you get this big promotion and it becomes more than you can handle. And all of a sudden you're way out of your depth and you had no idea that there was like all of these things, these legal things you didn't know about, paperwork's falling through the cracks, everything's going to shit because you didn't have the experience to back it up. You also didn't have the resources within your experience to be able to troubleshoot the problems that you are now facing, right? So you don't have the vessel to contain the light because you didn't earn the vessel. And it's not that you're a bad person, it's just that it takes time to build the emotional maturity to handle the pressure. It takes time to develop the experience to be able to pull like a rabbit out of your hat when you need to, right? To even begin to know how to research and resource the ways that you need to handle problems and issues that come up. You see what I'm saying? So the vessel has to be earned. If you do not earn the light by building the vessel, then you'll lose what you're calling in. So part of phase 2 and phase 3 is helping you build the vessel. In a dating situation, it would look like this. So building the vessel would be, you meet someone new and you hit it off and you both are like really into the whole thing, and the relationship starts progressing very quickly. And all of a sudden, instead of like dating and getting to know each other for a while, it's like you kind of rush through that courting phase and you kind of like get caught up in all the passion, and you maybe even decide like way early into it, like, hey, let's live together. And what happens is that goes well, or at least it seems like it is, for a few months. But then all of a sudden, one or both of the people, whether conscious or unconscious, feels a panic because they didn't build the vessel to contain the level of the relationship and commitment that they have suddenly found themselves in, right? Building the vessel is investing slowly into each other. So you build a bond. So you build esteem and respect. And so that you can vet someone over time to see if this is a person that you're truly compatible with, if you're really on the same page. When you take it slow and you have to put effort towards the thing, the relationship, the whatever, you value it more, right? It means more to you. You've invested in it, so you cherish it. So if you go super quick, you don't have the bond, you don't have the the depth of respect and esteem required to go through the challenges that are going to come up earlier than they would have. And plus, then you're going to wear off all of the good, fun honeymoon phase too fast. And so then you're going to be in the depth of the muck of like the working on the relationship too soon, and it's all going to crumble, right? Because you didn't really build like a good solid foundation to hold the weight of the relationship, right? Even before that, it's like just in dating and courting. If, say, you let someone into your life too quickly, they don't appreciate it and they will leave just as quickly, right? If you start prioritizing them and changing your plans and always kind of like, catering to them and what they want and like, just being overly available, it's like easy come, easy go, right? And that's because there's no building of the vessel. People are just taking the light and they're not earning it, right? And so that usually creates chaos, which is the cracking of the vessel. It's a lot that just came out with the stay optimistic. But don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. They're coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle happens, okay? So we're in phase 3. Everything's like just as it should be. This is just a little bit of testing our patience. We're building our vessel. We're going to continue putting in the effort, right? We're just going to radically accept the moment that we're in at this moment, in the present, and we're going to release expectations about specifics in the outcome and the deliverables, and we're going to trust and open ourselves up to the possibilities that the universe is sending us. All right, what else do we need to know about this week as it pertains to the way that we approach our goals and our manifestations, in addition to staying optimistic and not giving up? Also, if you got people coming at you like haters gonna hate. That's part of the test. So it's encouraging us not to let people get you down or, cause you to second guess yourself or whatever. Just continue on. It's just a test. Self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur. I'm gonna boop your nose. You're a born entrepreneur, and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Well, what about that, huh? Very exciting. So I feel like if the manifestation has to do with building a dream, something like a creative pursuit or a goal or a passion project or a side hustle, this is like extra confirmation that it's like, don't give up. You have a valid idea. Something is really like, you've got something here and you have the capacity and the resources to pull it off. So whatever it is, stick with it. You have something good to offer. So trust yourself and trust the creator. I have been trying to be extra mindful about remembering to say my prayers out loud. And it's kind of hard because you think you're thinking them in your mind, but they're really more powerful when you say them out loud. God's love language is for us to physically express ourselves to God. If creator, divine, like had to have been satisfied with telepathy and non-physical and just the exchange of thought, then creator wouldn't have bothered to create the physical realm, right? This is the physical expression of God's vision, artwork, personality. This is the life that God gets to experience through us. And so God's love language is our physical expressions to him, her, the whole beingness of the non-anthropomorphic being of divine that is both masculine and feminine, and not gendered. So yeah, I lost my train of thought because we started talking about cosmology, which is so big that sometimes I get lost in space when I go there. It was entrepreneur, surrounded by magical opportunities. Good enough. Moving on. I can't wait for my days off tomorrow, you guys. I'm like, my brain fluids need to be renewed. All right, what else do we need to know? Self-employed. Oh my gosh, a new dawn. Ah, our favorite. I love this card. So this is assuring us that the worst is behind us and that a positive new experience in life is on the horizon. With that coupled with our self-employment and the staying optimistic, not giving up, I just feel like this is a real push that whatever is happening right now, it is all in like divine, like the steps are divinely ordered. Stick with it. Do not let worry come and get you down at every level. Oh yeah, we were talking about divine's love language. Okay, right. So pray out loud. Pray to involve like divine assistance into every area of your life. Like declare it out loud, declare your blessings. I know that some people, I've heard them people talk like this about how like, well, I only pray for other people and I don't ask for a lot. And it's like, no, you're actually projecting that God is limited or small or stingy or annoyed at you or something, like you're not worthy of like this attention. God is omnipresent and all powerful and within all things. Like everything in the universe has the spark of divine within it. It's endless, like it's endless light. So there's no limits to God. There's enough to go around, more than enough. Just because you have your slice of pie doesn't take it off of somebody else's plate. There's more pies coming. Endless pie, bottomless pie night. So pray about your business. Pray about all of these things. Pray for direction and clarity, and pray for a sense of inner peace and certainty. Because the more that you have like this, like your pendulum inside isn't swinging so far back and forth between highs and lows and this and that, if you can get yourself calm, grounded and centered in a state of like fulfillment and inner peace, or at least just a neutral, then you can really hear and feel your divine guidance, because there's not so much mental chatter, and you know what it feels like to be calm and at ease and at peace. And so when you start getting thoughts or messages coming in, you can compare them, the feelings of these thoughts and messages. Do they make you feel anxious and gripped? That's probably the ego, right? It's not your divine guidance. Your divine guidance is going to give you a sense of hopefulness, expansion, faith, security, protection, direction. But you're going to feel like you're embraced in like a nurturing, gentle calmness, that you're more like soothed, right, than aggravated and feeling like you need to take an immediate action. It's like it's a relief kind of a feeling that comes through. So that was that. Now the worst is behind us, a new dawn. This is a new day. So, you know, whatever we do, stay optimistic, because at every time we up level, and like this year, this energetic year that's about to start in Aries season, this launches us into that new timeline, right? Where we have a chance to rewrite our story, to live the next season of life, you know, starring us. And we get to decide what kind of character development we're having and we're bringing to the story. We get to decide who's our ensemble cast here. You know, what's our storyline? What are our themes, right? We may not be able to control every theme that we're working with, but we can certainly decide how we're going to show up, right, within our life this year. And so we want to show up from a state of optimism, right? We want the seed level of our life that we're building now. We're like building on this foundation that we cleared the ground for in 2022, right? final call for last purge. Like, we're clearing it all and we're building now. We've got all of our materials assembled and our resources, and we've got our foundation laid and it's been setting, and now it's time to start building our infrastructure, right? And so everything that we're building on this year, we want to do it with optimism. We want to do it with faith. We want to do it with certainty. And we want to do it slow and steady, and we want to pay attention because our steps are going to be guided, right? And we aren't in a hurry. We're feeling calm about it because we know what we're doing. We're building the vessel. We're building the vessel so we can sustain this big manifestation when it comes through, right? If you're trying to call in a big soulmate, prepare the vessel. Read relationship books. Do the self-help. Heal your codependency. Heal your trauma. Learn how to communicate in a healthy way, right? Learn the art of desire. It's a different set of skills than maintaining a relationship with a partner. So you need to prepare yourself to be the soulmate that you want to call in, because your frequency is what's sending out the order, right? Preparing the vessel. Okay, here we go. Friendship. Make a date for play day. Make a date for a play day with one or more of your friends. So this week, yeah, if your friends are inviting you to hang out, I know sometimes that we can be like, oh, I need to get this done and I need to like work on my side hustle, because if I don't, it'll never happen. And so, you know, time can go by and we can become isolated, and it's the time that we spend with our friends that gets us inspired and motivated. And it's when we're happy and joyous that we've got the best ideas coming in, that we're loose, that we're malleable, we're adaptable, but we're also very magnetic to the universe. Because when we're having fun with our friends, we are joyful, we're usually at peace, we're laughing, we're having fun, we're usually doing something together that's like makes us feel playful or abundant, and we feel a state of appreciation around our friends. So it's more productive than you think it is to go spend time with your friends. It actually tells the universe that you trust enough to let go, right? It tells the universe that you feel worthy of taking some time off and having some fun, right? And also, I mean, life is pretty dull if all we ever do is just put our nose to the grind and never see people that we care about, right? And our friends need us too, as much as we need them. So we want to always keep those friendships strong, right? Friendship is all about preparing the vessel. The thing about the 4 phases of creation is that once you get to phase 4, you kind of like, that's the manifestation coming through, and then you're like, oh, this is great. And then what happens is you kind of get lax. You don't appreciate the manifestation anymore, right? It's like after you get the promotion and you're like, oh, I've got my car now that I wanted, and I've got more money in the bank, and you're all excited, but the excitement wears off and it's just a job again. Then it's like you go back again and you have to start over manifesting from like phase 1, right? Maybe some chaos happens and some like turbulence is going on and it's shaking things up, and you have the pressure is causing you to up level and evolve, right? Again. So it's like after phase 4, a lot of times we just kind of plateau because we're comfortable and we slip back into our comfort zone and we get into a rut, right? It's like when things are great, do you continue your prayer practices? Do you continue your spiritual practice, or does it fall off when you're comfortable and things are going well? And then as soon as like you're upset about something or heartbroken or worried or nervous, it's like, oh, that's when the prayer starts back up again. And it's like, God's like, can we ever hang out and have a good time? Do you have to be a Debbie Downer? You just need something. Kidding. God is not like that. But also, I mean, true. It's like, I enjoy a wonderful relationship with divine because I'm here because I want to be. And I am a nerd about like spirituality and religion. Like I love a feast or a fast. Like I'm about to do Lent and I'm not even Catholic. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to give up sweets. It's going to be horrible. Can't wait. So yeah, I mean, the more you enjoy your relationship with divine, the more enjoyable the circumstances of your life is, because you're in this constant flow and state that is just so miraculous and magical all the time. So yeah. But yeah, upliftment, I feel, is this theme of this reading. Stay optimistic. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the finish line. The worst is behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'm so space cadet tonight, you guys. I'm sorry. But I was going to say that the thing that helps you stay in phase 4, which is the fulfillment, being fulfilled, having fulfillment, feeling fulfilled, and having the thing. Because sometimes you can get the thing, you can get the manifestation, but it's still not fulfilling. So phase 4 is actually getting the manifestation and it's fulfilling. So it's the fulfillment of the manifestation and it's also fulfilling you. But in order to stay in phase 4, you have to constantly put effort. You constantly have to share. You have to stay in that phase where you're giving and giving and giving from a place of joy, gratitude, right? And so that's what you need to do in relationships to stay in phase 4. To have a fulfilling relationship, you always need to be making an effort, right? Making an effort to appreciate your partner, making an effort to be your best self, to take good care of yourself, to make an effort in the way that you present yourself, the way that you take care of your home for your partner, or the way that you take care of your home to invite your partner over. You should be taking care of your home because you love yourself enough and not, you don't put your, just as much as your partner, right? So always stay in that giving an effort, putting an effort in to maintain fulfilling friendships and relationships. All right. Don't take people for granted. And then let's see. And then, I just love this. The worst is behind you. New and positive experiences are on the horizon. And have a little fun this week. All right. Like, be confident. Things are working out. Keep putting your effort in, keep making an effort, but do it sustainably. And don't forget to just relax and have some fun sometimes and do some things with some friends and have a good time because it's very magnetic. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of your probably Wednesday when you see this. And I will see you later for our midweek reading. All right, ciao.